It's William with the Riverstone Life, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to talk truck. We're going to talk RV transport. I'm just going to talk because that's what I do best. At least that's what Robin tells me. As you can see, Robin's not in the truck. I repositioned the camera right here because I'm going to be on the road for the next week all by myself, making videos, making money. Well, hopefully making money. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the truck is, it's got, let's just find out real quick because I can't even remember what I'm doing. I got so much stuff going on, but I just got it serviced from the same place that put the new transmission in. And I do have an update on that transmission warranty. We'll talk about that. But we have actually put, what have we put? 70, well, we've actually put 20,000 miles on this truck since we got the new transmission. So it's got 20,000 miles. Told myself I was going to drop that fluid at 25,000, and I do mean drop that fluid and change the trailer. There's no flush going on. I get so many people that leave comments, and I don't think they ever read anybody else's comments, or they don't ever watch any of the other videos. No, the dealer they never flushed this transmission. They drop the fluid and they change the filter like you're supposed to. Now, I know that not all dealers do that because I was in Alabama and I had the oil changed on this, and I asked them, and the service tech told me that they flush it, and I'm like, no they don't. He goes, no, I'm pretty sure they do. So I just let him do his thing because I told myself I wasn't taking it there, but I know that that's not what they do on these diesel trucks with this Allison transmission. They just drop the fluid and change the filter. So, but anyways, they told me today that at 100,000 miles, I got 4,000 miles left. Actually about 4,600 miles this next run basically, and then my warranty's gone. So you tell me how that works. Your transmission goes out, they rebuild your transmission, and you get a year warranty. I get a brand new transmission and I get a 25,000 mile warranty because that's when our factory warranty is going to be up. So I mean, I was prepared for this. I figured when they didn't call me, they didn't want to listen to me scream and yell, even though I don't do that. I would have been super nice to these guys, even though it's frustrating. So just remember, even if you got 99,000 miles on it and they put a new transmission in your truck, you're going to drive 1,000 miles down the road and your warranty is done and over with. So if that new transmission takes a crap, then you're basically fixing it yourself. So I don't quite understand the whole deal. And then today I had them change the oil, rotate the tires, and got all that done. And then asked him about the transmission, and he told me that it'd be $399 to drop that fluid in that filter. So I said, okay. And then I asked him when he recommended it, and he said, I wouldn't do it till like 45,000. And I'm telling you, well, I was told you should do it at 30,000. But I'm going to do it at 25 to try to save this transmission so that I don't have to trade this truck or have a upgraded transmission put in it. So tell me what you think in the comments. It's still crazy. I'm still upset about the truck, but you know what? I was able to go out here and work for 3 weeks, put 20,000 miles on this truck, made almost $20,000. Let's get that correct. Billed almost $20,000. We're going to talk about that because I ran into some guys today when I was doing my delivery here in Colorado, and you know how in all my videos it shows that I've always been paid $1.95. This whole year I've been doing this. Remember, we're new at this. I don't have any years of history of this or how it all works, but I was paid $1.95, and I can prove that to you if you don't believe me because it's all in writing right in I'm in the app with the company. And my cheapest reload was the one that I just took for $1.55 coming to Colorado. Now I would have took that for $1.25 because I was coming to Colorado anyways, and it felt awesome just to get paid to drive where I was going anyway. So I did that. But my next load, we're going to talk about my next load coming up because it's going to be the cheapest load that I've ever got since I started doing this. Because I told you I'd keep this real because I meet people all the time. You're not making that. You don't have a CDL, you know. And a comment the other day, the guy said, how much weight are you pulling? I don't think I've ever hauled anything over 10,000 pounds. Because yes, my truck has a GVW of 14,000. So I can't haul anything over, I guess, a GVW of 12,000, I would think. So, but why would I want to? I mean, I don't know if this is like, if I can haul the big units, that it's going to make me feel like a bigger man. I mean, that's worse fuel mileage. It's harder on the truck. I want to haul the lightest, smallest stuff out there. I've got a $20,000 or 20,000 pound Riverstone. If I want to haul something big and look cool going down the road, I'll just haul that thing around to the 30 some states like we already have. I don't want to do that. That's why it's in Alabama. But I get people all the time, you're not making that money. The money has been billed. What I'm making and what you make is going to be two different things. But for the new people that are going to get into this this type of work, a lot of these companies, they're at the slowest time right now. Now in the past, like all my videos, I told you that it's always slow in July and August, and that's the way it's always been. But I've been talking to people, and like Wave had a lot of loads this year, so I think all those excess loads we were doing kind of pushed us a little longer, and we haven't really noticed the change in pay until September 1st, okay? Now I've talked to guys that have been doing this for years. They told me it's gonna be rough the first couple weeks of September, then things should go back to normal and we'll start getting paid better. Are we gonna get paid $1.95? Probably not. They had a lot of loads. It was summertime, it was busy season. They're gonna pay you the most at that time. They need them loads done. I guess I got in at the right time. Robin tells me in life, all we ever have is timing, and that's how it usually works for me and her, is timing. And I think it worked this time. We got here where we were able to make the most money. We were able to figure this out and get a look at it. So I felt great about it. But today, I delivered in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. There was 3 other guys there. They were from a big RV transport. I won't leave company names out there, but you know which one you see all the time. So in my opinion, they should be making the most money. At least that's what I thought, because I thought about going to work for them. But anyways, I started talking to the guys, and I think the one guy kind of felt like I was full of shit when I told him what I made. And he didn't even know I didn't have a CDL until the end of the conversation. And we're talking back and forth, and he told me, he says, yeah, working here, if you get paid $1.70 a mile, you're doing great. I said, really? I said, my cheapest load's been $1.55, and I actually pulled it out on my app and showed him. He's like, wow, you know, we're talking. He goes, yeah, they're not paying that good here. He goes, you know, what were you hauling? And I tell him, I'm like, yeah, I want to haul the lightest stuff. He goes, yeah, exactly. So you're doing it right, hauling the lightest stuff for the most amount of money for the most miles. So when you look at what I've made, it's because I've hauled the lightest unit, and I've got paid the most I could get paid, and I've hauled it as far as possible, is why I've turned these numbers. And then me and him were talking back and forth, and then I tell him, yeah, I don't have a CDL. And he goes, what? He goes, the company I'm working for you to make $1.70 a mile, you're going to be a CDL driver. You're going to be hauling stuff that's like 16,000 pounds and less, I think is what he said. And he's just like me. He's always trying to get the lightest stuff too. And I told him, I said, this load that I hauled right now weighs 3,300 pounds and it paid $1.55. He's like, wow. I said, I got 14 miles per gallon on that thing coming across Wyoming. There was no wind. It was absolutely awesome. So it paid $900 and some dollars, $915 something. I did great on fuel. Didn't have to use a hotel. We stayed with the daughter. I mean, so my expenses were $150. You know, it worked out perfect. So I was happy about that. But I was surprised. So I'm thankful. So I'm thankful. So all the new guys, I've got a lot of new guys that went to work for Wave. There's also a lot of guys that said they've signed up and they accepted their application, but they're waiting, because I'm sure they're waiting because the load board, guys, looks the worst it's ever looked. The load boards across every RV transport place right now is the absolute shittiest they've ever been. Our load board has loads for $1.35 to $1.80. There was one on there for $1.90 today. So when I was doing this, I mean, for the last 3 weeks, every load that I got was $1.95, except the one for $1.55 coming back to Colorado. And I didn't even work hard for these. I just called in, asked what they had. They told me. I said, I'll take that one. I didn't even ask to pay on it, because in my mind, I just assumed it was $1.95. Now, I know guys in the last couple days that have done the same loads that I just did for $1.70. So things are changing. So if you're thinking about getting into this, don't take this one video in this 1 month and weigh it in as the whole deal. But do weigh it in, because if you're going to get in this line of work, and if you got to pay all your bills and support your family, this is going to be the downtime. And the best thing to do is maybe take your vacations during this time. Like, I talked to one of the guys I've been talking to, who was in my class when we started this, and he knows I'm going to Italy, and he's like, you're going to Italy at the perfect time. He says, I bet when you come back, the prices will be back up. Will they be $1.95? No, they'll probably be $1.80. You know what? And if the fuel prices stay the way they are right now, that $1.80 is okay, because later or early in the summer when I was getting $1.95, them fuel prices were the worst they ever were. So right now, I think if you got $1.80 and did those same jobs in them same areas with these new fuel prices, you probably make the same amount of money. So I just wanted to throw that stuff out there because people, you know, they always think that I'm just, you know, pushing the, you know, how great this is. You know, it's better than working for somebody else. I love the freedom. There's lots of great things about this. The other thing I love the most is the people. I have met so many new people that have went to work for Wave because of our videos, and I meet them out there, hang out with them, and it is awesome. So I love that part, and a few of them have asked me to get with them to do, they actually think they can help make these videos even better because they've got a lot of information that I haven't put in the videos, and I apologize for that, but you know what, it is hard to do everything I'm doing. Focus on the roads, the people, the drivers, making videos, making money, doing logbooks, doing everything that you have to for this lifestyle and still put it out there for everybody. So when you say, well, he told us all that, but he didn't tell us, it's not intentionally. It's just, I can only keep so much in this head. I have so much going on. Our life is super busy, and it's always going to be that way. So I'm hoping to meet up with some of these guys and add them to our videos. So if you've actually watched our channel and you're an RV transporter guy out there and you'd like to be on YouTube, and email me, and when I'm in the area, if we're both in the same area, we'll throw a video together. I'll kind of interview you, you tell me what you think, tell the good and the bad. I mean, let the people get both sides of it. My side's a great side, and it's been a great side. Will it be that way the next 6 months? I have no idea. But I've built a lot of money, and I'm happy with what way it's happened. But if you're going to get into this lifestyle, remember, you're going to have to keep your truck up. You're going to have truck problems. All these truck companies have, all the manufacturers have problems. So, you know, just if you get lucky, you'll squeak by, and then when you don't get lucky, you'll have to deal with it. So I wanted to throw that out there. I want to talk about, you know, anybody that is thinking about getting into a YouTube channel and needs some help. I'll definitely help you on that. YouTube is hard. I mean, you'll get frustrated. I meet guys all the time, and they've gave up 2 or 3 times, and on the 4th time they finally get their channel to go big. Our channel's got 11,000 subscribers. We've been doing this for 1.5 years, making videos for 1.5 years. I'm super happy with that, but it was not easy. It was hard. It's hard to get your videos out. Your channel will get super big when YouTube wants you to get super big. When they decide to put you out there and they think you've put in a hard enough time and did everything. I mean, Robin knows how to put our videos out. She knows how to do a good thumbnail. She does all the stuff that makes that thing get out there the way it's supposed to. We've checked bigger channels and higher in that way, but they still get 3 times the views we get because their channel has been there longer. They've been doing it longer. YouTube pushes them out. You know, YouTube just doesn't push this out. I'm going to tell you for an example. When you first start out your YouTube channel, you'll probably get a video that'll be put out there and it'll get 80,000 or 100,000 views, and you'll get all excited. You think you're ready to rock and roll. No, YouTube puts that out when you first start out your channel because they don't have to pay you any money. Until you get monetized and everything, they don't have to give you no money. I mean, and it takes a long time to turn this into money. So if you're going to get into YouTube to get rich or pay your bills, don't do it for that. Do it because you enjoy doing it, you enjoy talking on there, you enjoy meeting the people, and down the road things should come together for you. And that's how I look at everything in life. Everything in life with me is about karma. That's why I try to treat the people and tell the people everything that I can, because I don't want any bad karma coming on me, because that's how I live my life. And the people that watch this channel and watch it because we're so positive, I think that's super awesome. And I'm always going to try to be positive. Sometimes life will, you know, kick you in the ass sometimes, and it's a little harder than normal. And you'll get a little bit of my opinion sometimes that's a little stronger than it should be. But 99% of the time, this guy that you meet or on this channel is that happy guy. And if you meet me out there, or you have met me out there, that's who I am. So I do want to help you. If you're broken down on the side of the road, I would help you. If you need fuel, I'll help you if I'm in the area. So, and I expect you to do the same thing to the other drivers. Every guy I've met on this since I started this lifestyle have been awesome. You have your negative people that you can't do nothing about. They're the ones that leave the comments that don't make any sense half the time. And you're going to have that. And And if you're going to get into this YouTube, you better have thick skin, because if you're going to let every little thing like that bother you, you will not make it with YouTube. I deal with a lot of that stuff. I've dealt with threats. I deal with everything all the time. You know, I don't worry about any of that stuff. I am who I am, and I always will be. And I hope that you're watching this channel because of that. And I hope we get to meet you. And if you want to be on YouTube, you want to do a video with me, you think you can help make these videos better with about orientation and classes, I've had guys reach out and think they have some ideas, and I'm like, yeah, we'll do it, because sometimes I just can't remember everything, and I want the people that are going to get into this to know everything about it, so that they don't, you know, fail and then come back and blame everybody else for their failure, because the failure is on you. You can succeed at anything that you want to succeed at if you just don't give up and you keep pushing forward. So, but what's going on right now, I'm going to Alabama. The cheapest load that I've ever got since I've been doing this, and I took it for a reason, because we haven't been to the camper, and it'll be a month almost by the time I get there. And I thought, you know what, I need to go down there anyways. And that's what I told you about this lifestyle. The reason I do RV transport is I'm going that way anyways. I might as well get paid for it. So this is the example I'm going to use. I need to go to Alabama. I'm in Colorado. The only difference is I'm going to go to Indiana. I'm going to grab a 21-foot itty-bitty little trailer that's smaller than this truck, and it's going to pay me $800, $1.45 per mile. Yes, $1.45 per mile. It was hard for me to accept that too. But, you know, I'm getting paid $800, and believe it or not, I'm like 35 minutes away from where our fifth wheel is. So I'm going to drop that off, go to the fifth wheel. I've got a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of reviews to do if I can squeeze them in. If not, I got to at least check on everything, make sure everything's right, swap out some clothes, do stuff like that, and then get right back to Indiana, and hopefully they can get me back out west. If not, I'm going to be doing all these little loads going, you know, different places. But the other advantage of this load right now that I'm doing is when you go to work for Wave, if you want to dispatch your own loads out of Indiana, you have to have 25,000 safety miles. I've got like 34,000 now. And you have to have, you've had to go to at least 10 states. I've only been to 9 states because I like going out west, and I keep going to Idaho, Oregon, Washington. I just keep doing the same thing over and over. Utah, stuff like that, Colorado, those have been my main states, Pennsylvania. So I have to get this 10th state, and then I'm supposed to be able to dispatch my own stuff. People ask me about that all the time, because they're like, they work for companies that, you know, they can't even dispatch ever. So I've dispatched reloads. I have not dispatched a load out of Indiana. So I'm hoping after this I can do that and tell you how that works out, and if that's great. But I can tell you right now, do not always go with what the load board has, because the load board will have jobs, or they will have jobs that they don't have on the load board. I have called in so many times, and they've gave me a job that wasn't even on the load board, and I talk to other drivers all the time. So don't rely on the load board. Rely on your dispatcher. If you got a good, you know, if you're working good with your dispatcher, they like you, you've helped them out and done stuff. It's like that in life. If you've scratched their back, they've scratched yours. Then maybe they'll have that load that you want all the time. So don't freak out about that load board. But if you're one of the new guys, because I've got like 8 new guys that have started this, and I've been helping them out, they're probably freaking out when they look at the load board. You know, don't freak out. Just, you know, budget yourself. Sleep in your truck if you have to. You know, they sell this nice air blow-up mattress for 59 bucks on Amazon that I'm putting back in here that I'm going to go use. I'll sleep at least a couple nights, and I'll find a cheap hotel, and I'll stay in areas where I know I can get a $60 hotel or something like that, and cut it back as much as possible, and I'll make up for that money that I lost. But I'm still working, and I'm still making money. Because if you're going to sit home and say, well, if they're not paying me this, I'm not doing this, well, you're never going to excel in life, because sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, and it'll all work out. And that's what you're going to get from this channel. That's what you get from me. I've made money in 10 different jobs that I've been doing, and this one fell off, this one picked up, and at the end of the month I was still making the same amount of money doing all the things I've been doing my whole life. So that's the way it is. I don't know, there's so much to talk about, but you know, reach out. If I can help you, I'll help you. If you can help me, if you got some ideas for me, send me an email. And just remember, if I don't email you back right away, it's because I'm driving, because I'm doing all this stuff. I don't want to endanger anybody on the road. So sometimes I got to wait till 2 or 3 days when I'm doing a reset or something, and sit down and go through all that stuff and take care of that. And that's what happens from time to time. Sorry, I got a car right on my butt. Yeah, thanks, person. But this is the end of this video. I'm gonna probably make a lot of them over the next 10 days, just to try to get them out there and let everybody know what's going on with these lower prices, and if there's still enough jobs to keep you busy. And for the guys out there that have already signed up for Wave but don't know when their start date is, keep me informed. Email me and let me know what's going on so I can tell other people. If you're thinking about getting into Wave, you might want to wait a couple weeks or next month when things pick up before you do that. Robin always puts everything down in the description. She'll put the link. If you add my name to it, we get a ½ cent per mile every mile that you put on, and all the other drivers. I have 8 drivers now, 8 referrals. I probably would have 12 or 15, but a lot of the guys didn't do it. You have to do it when you first do the application. When you click on that link and you start filling out the application, you got to fill in the referral right away. So even if you're not going to use me and you're going to use one of your friends and stuff, make sure you do it right away so that they get credit for it. And then when you're out here on the road, you can start doing the same thing, and it's a good way for all of us to make a little extra money. It pays for our license plate, dues every month and stuff like that. It all helps out me. I buy more camera equipment. I do have new camera equipment coming, so we're going to try to make even better videos, so we'll see how that works out. But I'm going to end this video right now. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you like me and Robin, subscribe to the channel, and